Hello you guys, and welcome back to Sans Vanity. You guys, it got here yesterday. The Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1 PR box. I ordered this bad boy at 10:01 the day it was released. It just got to me yesterday, so it's roughly like 3 weeks. But how pretty is this? Let me see if I can turn it for you. There's our bag. It does indeed have a metal clasp. And the only thing I've done so far is actually open the box. I have not opened up any other products. I don't know what the palettes look like in person. This is a cute little wedding invitation for Bella and Edward. It's just pretty much describing everything that's in the box, but super cute, yes. Here is the inside of our box. The details, you guys. It's a hard cardboard, but it's super, super cute. With this PR box, it did come with the collector's purse, the keepsake box, and then the goodies in the middle. Half of the reason why I had to wait for this is I think they had oversold the sparkle spray or the diamond spray. What they did do was throw in a pair of lashes and a Coca-Cola highlighter, just as a little freebie, just for, the delay. Here is our bag. There's Bella. There's Edward. Oh, I am so loving this. Let's open this one up. Okay, so we just have the flat side here. Here's our bag on the inside, and it does indeed come with a really thick strap. So, you go ahead, hook it up here at the top by the handle here and here, and carry your bag. I love this kind of stuff. This kind of thing warms my soul. And I am indeed a Twihard, have been for years. What's funny is I used to have these mommy-daughter date nights, and we would usually go, me and my daughter, I'd leave the boys at home. I'd sit there, take my daughter, we'd go out to dinner, and then we'd go hit up the newest Twilight movie. Next up, we have got the Breaking Dawn mirror. So here it is. So here's our mirror. There's there. And where's our other view? And there's there. Adorable. And you know what? Heavy, has a good weight, same good Glamlite quality. Pretty good. Alrighty. This is just so cute. You know what? Even if I don't like the eyeshadow palettes, I like all the kitschy stuff that comes with it. Love it. Then we now also have the Vampire Skin Spray. So we have this. We also have the Colon Lip Kit. So here we are with Edward on the front. Slide it down. So we have a lip liner, a lip gloss, and a bullet lipstick. So yes, here we are. And what does it say? Oh, I'll meet you at the altar. How cute. These are to die for moments, man. So cute. This is the I Do highlighter. We're gonna glow later. Yes, we are. And finally, we have our two palettes. This is gonna be the Edward palette. Now I've seen pictures, but I haven't seen it in person. So, okay, here's our Edward palette. And it's like here. And is it one of that? Yeah, the magnetic kind of closure. So let's get this open. Boom. And what? Oh, no measure of time with you will be long enough. But let's start with forever, Edward. It's the details. How romantic. And there's our palette. Here it is. There's there and there. There is a mirror, and Edward is on the side of it, but I'm not going to blind you. So I'm going to kind of try to bend this back without breaking and let you get a look. Here's our palette. And of course, we're gonna swatch this out for you so you know what it is to expect. Kind of dark, kind of moody. We are here for it. Our final item is the Jacob palette. Here it is, cased up. Super cute. Same closure, same opening, magnetic. His just says Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1. So there we are with the wolf and then Jacob. So it also has a mirror with Jacob standing to the side of it. And this is a neutral palette, but it's pretty. So here we are for Jacob. So will my sweater work? I think it shall, because it has to today. This is today's plan. Base is on, brows are on. What we're gonna do, we're gonna do 2 looks with each palette. So one on one eye, one on the other. Switch out, come back, do the Edward palette. So first up, let's go with Jacob. All right, you guys, so I swatched out the palette. That's our entire palette. This little lavender shade right here, I didn't expect that color in this color story, but you know what though? Stranger things have happened. We are definitely gonna sit here and pull out 2 of these looks. I think we're gonna hit this green version, and then we're gonna give you a neutral look. Do we wanna go safe, or do we wanna do the green? You know what? Let's do neutral. Why not? I think we're gonna do, let me get it right, Pack, Jacob, La Push, and we're gonna pick one of these lighter shimmers. Let's get Jacob in this crease, and let's see. And that is, just to show you, that's gonna be this shade right here. Let's throw Pack on. I would say it's a little peachier looking in the pan. than it is on the eye. Same format, creature of habit. We're gonna do, you know, our initial shade, the crease shade, a lid, and an outer corner, because we have got 4 looks to get through today. Next shade up is going to be Jacob. Jacob is way down here. So now we're gonna go in with this shade. We'll pick one of these shimmers, I think, or here, or here. So this one's a little bit of a deeper brown. First one's more cool tone. This one is a little warmer. Oh, that's pretty. And they're blending really well together. Boom. It's a little darker than what I wanted though, at least for me. For you guys, not so much, but for me, it's a little bit darker. So we're gonna pick a shade on our lid. You know what? I think we're gonna go in with Guardian. That's gonna be this shade right here. I don't have my nails on. I took them off last night to kind of let my fingers breathe a little bit. So getting in to do my lid with my ring finger is a lot easier, I will say. I'm actually a little bit more precise. It's not gonna last though, they're coming back. I'll put another set on really, really soon. Okay, that's cute. Very neutral, but it's totally doable. Do we wanna touch into La Push? I don't know if it's so much, I guess it's a cool tone brown right there. Do we want that? We're gonna do it. Why? Because we wanna use the colors. That is our goal. So let's add this in our outer corner. We don't have a brow bone color. That's not cool. I mean, can I use that lavender? I just don't think that's going to be the right shade. Do we like this? That's cool. Just a little dark, a little smoky. How simple was that? Should we switch to the other eye? I think we shall. How do we want to attack this one? And I need something on this brow bone to feel better. But you know what though? We might have to go grab another Glamlite palette to kind of clean up our brows, but it's all good. We totally got this. All right, so the next eye, we're gonna touch into a little bit more dark, a little more moody, and we're gonna go with some green. There's no way I can have this palette and not touch this green. That's a given. Do we want gray and green? Not sure how that's gonna work out, but you know what though? We are going to try. I'm gonna go in with Moonlight, and Moonlight would be, let me get this right for you. Ooh, that might be a little too dark. I was gonna start out with this. Moonlight, Loyal, Devotion, Telepathy for right here. And maybe another something just kind of on the inner corner. We shall see. Oh, sugar balls, that's dark. You know what? Flip the digit, whatever. Let's go. We're gonna do something I don't do. We're gonna start out with a dark crease. I'm just gonna really just dip in lightly and blend the heck out of this and kind of blend it up to lighten it. If you really blend it and kind of go up and don't add anything else extra on your brush, it can almost look like 2 different shades, even though it's the same shade, just really, really, really diffused. Next up, we're gonna go in with Loyal, which is this kind of deep green. So this is also a very deep color. But let's see how this play for us. Against this first shade, it's almost looking black. It doesn't look as green. Okay, so we're gonna depend on our lid. I can see the green a little bit more, but again, I'm gonna have to do the same thing I did with the first shade, really kind of diffuse this to merge the two. Do we like it? I don't know. I think it's gonna be a shimmer that I need to do. And it's not the shadow. These are my choices, so it's not the shadow. Shadow's performing great. Processes must be trusted. I do feel like I'm gonna go back in on that eye a little bit, but I won't. I'm gonna leave it. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade Telepathy, which is, where should you be? Right here. So we're gonna go in with that one, at least on the lid from the center out. That's gonna be the goal. I wanna see some of this green. Ooh. You can't tell that that's green that I put as my second shade in that crease, but you sure do see it on the lid. And let's bring in something light for our center. Let's go here, which is Imprint. That's here. So let's get you in. I think I like that. That one, yeah. Meld the two a little bit right there. A little overlap. How do we feel? We're getting somewhere, and we are going to continue. Now we're going to go in with the shade Devotion, which is our matte black. And I think it's a matte black. It is right there. And I think both palettes, the Edward and the Jacob, both have a matte black in them. So I'm curious to see if the finishes are maybe slightly different, but this one's just straight matte. And you know what I might do? I might tap that green over this outer corner just a little bit more now that I have a black down, just to see how it looks over the matte black. Does it make a difference? Getting kind of cute though, right? You know what's funny? For you guys, I don't do looks that I don't actually wear. I leave the house in these looks. Now today I won't be leaving with 2 different eyes, but when I do looks for you guys, That's what I actually wear that day. I don't do, oh, you know, normally I don't wear makeup or I go for the, you know, something on the crease and that's it. No, no, no. All the colors, all the looks, all the line, every day. I love it. And I rock the hell out of them. Why? Because I say so and I feel good about them. All right, so how are we feeling? I kind of like where that went. So I'm going to go find a Glamlite kind of cream color shadow from one of my other Glamlite palettes. I don't have a lip kit for Jacob's palette. The lip kit is more geared kind of to me to the Edward palette. So what I did was I pulled out 2 of my lip kits from Glamlite, which is I believe hot chocolate and cinnamon swirl. So I have these 2. Either one can go with these looks. We're gonna pick one of these as our lip, but I will go ahead and bronze with a NYX Buttermelt bronzer. Use a, what is this? A primer infused blush from e.l.f. So do I like that? Maybe. We might change the cheek. I don't know. Eyeliner, mascara here, and we'll be back. All right, you guys, we are back and we are not finished. We're going in with the Edward palette. But first up, Jacob. I went ahead and used the hot chocolate lip kit for my lips today. But what do we think so far about Team Jacob here? What do we think? So we have this little look, just, or do you want to do the more neutral look, which is totally possible. Only thing I did different was I didn't use a darker color on this side and I didn't put black in my waterline and I didn't pull my wing out. I just lined the top lid, called it a day. I think we're okay. I'm feeling good. But just to show you that this little palette literally can take you in both directions, and there's much more to do than what I did. But this was just a cute little intro into Jacob. So next up, Edward. Okay, you guys, we are back and we're Edward appropriate. Okay, so I swatched out the palette and I swatched out the highlighter. Here's our highlighter, which is super duper pretty. Swatched out, it is right here on my hand. So that is our I Do highlighter. This entire bottom row is right here. I know, I went out of order, but there we go. The top row and the center row are swatched out right here. If you can look, especially, what color is that? Century. This one, it's a duochrome. Looks pretty white in the palette, but you see it has a green reflect. Kind of opalescent, very pretty. But these swatched out super nice. So, yes. Where do we want to go with Edward? Let's see. We're going to have to give it, you know, a little bit of in here. We have to, you know, it's Edward. We have to, you know, he's brooding. I think what we're first going to do is go in with the shade Thirst. Now, this is a very, very pale gray, and I'm not sure how this is going to translate onto the eye. It's this shade right here, but I want to go in with this right after. And I also don't want to make it too dark because this is going to be our more intense, you know, darker eye. We can just try this out and see how it lays down. And if we don't like it, we'll just put the gray down anyways and call it a day. Let's see if this will even show up on me. That's the better question. Will it show up? Not so much, but it's a very fair color and there is no primer in place. So let's just see. Oh, okay. Well, something's coming. I just wanted to have a little bit of a lighter initial shade just so I can go in and throw in those darker shades. And it almost looks as though it has a little bit of a lavender hue right behind it. It doesn't look that way in the pan. Let me see. Build it up though. Super soft. All of these, they swatched really, really nice. I was really impressed. And the mattes were awesome just on the swatches. Now we'll see how they are once they're on the eye, the other mattes, especially at bottom row. And then our second shade that we're going to go in with is called Bite. It looks as though it's a dark gray, but it has like a little, you know, a little bit of a blue undertone behind it, but we'll see how it translates onto the eye. The shimmers felt super nice though. I mean, and the one duochrome, beautiful. Let's go our little dark and moody way, but this is pretty. And since we're going to use Edward's lip kit, it has, you know, the red lipstick. I think it has a black lip liner, and then it has a kind of a red sparkly gloss or whatever. Looked a little cranberry to me just looking on the pictures because I haven't actually opened it, taken it out, you know, and swatched. I do kind of wish they would have had a separate you know, lip kit for Jacob's palette, but it was okay. I was able to pull from another one of their collections. Like a grungy green would have been cute. Weird, but cute. I'm gonna go in with that initial shade and smooth all right there because I can see, ooh. And I thought this color, the first one, the light gray, I thought it might be light enough to kind of do our brow bone. No, we need something a little more in your face to accomplish what I like right there. I never like things sometimes when I first start. I have to do, you know, the build up game and get to my happy place. Because I think most looks always look just mad crazy when you're first doing them. But in the end, Beautiful. We have choices of shimmers. The one was like a really stark white. I'm not going to use a duochrome on this eye. Here's our duochrome right here. I think I might put this on the inner lid, this one or this one in the center out. And of course I want that black in the outer corner. I mean, come on. We knew I was going to do that. I could use that red. Do we want to use that red? Oh, I'm getting tempted. You know what? Let's use the red. Let me swatch it again just to be sure, because there's no going back on this one today. So here's our red. It's kind of like a burgundy. Why not? Let's go. Boop, boop, boop. And that color is Edward. Okay. So I must use Edward's shade if I'm using this palette. I didn't even think of that. I don't know if I like that. We're going to pretend like I do and continue. We're going to go into the next shade, which is the white I showed you, which is Diamond. So that's this shade. So let's pat this in. Oh, wow. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Messy, I did it this way, but it's pretty. Okay. I like that. It's so white, it looks icy blue. That's crazy. And it's just white. But that is super pretty. And I'm not disliking that red as much right now because of that. That looks cute. Ooh. All right. Now we're going to dip into the black matte shade, which is Forks. I wanted to see if this was different from the one in the Jacob palette. I don't think so. I think, you know, black matte. But Glamlite is known for making a really good black matte shadow. So you can't go wrong. In black, you can't have enough of it. It works. That's always going to be a good little base color. It can intensify colors. You can put one of these shimmers down on top of a black and kind of manipulate the color. So having a black in a palette is definitely a benefit more than just smoking out. It serves other purposes. I like a good dark smoky eye. I like it a lot, actually. And with the red lips, say less. It's coming off more blue, like a gray blue, but it's going to work as we say so. Totally lost that first color, or is it just blending well? I don't know. I know once it gets near the other colors, this shade will manipulate to something different. So I'm trying to walk light. And if I put too much of the Edward near Diamond, it's going to give me a pink right there. So I don't want to do that. I kind of just want to keep them, you know, in their own little lane because they're beautiful together, but beautiful individually. That is pretty. Ooh, I like that. And the black is working. All right, so this one, we're not going to complicate this. This is when I should wear lashes because to me, to do something like this justice, you need really big lashes. Okay, today wasn't her day. I just want to use as many shadows for you guys as I can just so you can kind of see what something can do. That's all. I don't want you to look at it and feel like you're boxed into just one way of wearing something. I want you to be able to experiment and, you know, play. We're going to move on to our next eye. We'll figure the brow bone out. We'll do that. That's, you know, that's a given. All right, so let's see. Where do we want to go? We can do anything we want. So we used this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade. So over here in the palette might be getting jealous. Let's lay down this very pale, is it pink? No, that's kind of like a light pink, light purple, lilac. I don't know. I think we're just going to kind of play in this family. Why not go opposite of where we are? Kind of. Let's just see. Let's put down Lion. I'm hoping both these looks can go with what I'm wearing. Not really. I don't think it will, but whatever. This is a celebration. I love how they did this collection though. This is so pretty. I mean, to be honest with you, sitting here doing the eyeshadow just makes me want to go ahead, do this, do what I need to do today, and then sit and binge Twilight all day with free time. That just makes me want to binge it. By the way, the books are better. Just putting it out there. But the movies, they're cool. I was talking to my daughter last night and she was like, well, what's your favorite? And this and that. Twilight, and I would probably say both Breaking Dawns are my favorite. You know, the one that kind of leaves me a little bit is Eclipse. That one, that's one I've probably watched the least. New Moon ticked me off because Edward was barely in it. And I get it. It was part of the storyline. You know, I get it. When he was in it, woo! With the Volturi, yes. She captured him right before he stepped into the sun at the fountain. Shut up. You know what? That laid down like really, really nice. And this is a lilac matte. It laid down really nice and it feels very smooth on the eye. We have pretty dark colors in here, so there's not too many light mattes. That and then the gray that I used over here were the two lightest mattes in here. Everything else is pretty deep. Let's go with Mind Reader. It's dark. Or Volturi. That's gonna be kind of burgundy-ish. You know what? Volturi. I'm going to go in with this one, which is Volturi, and put this one, and who is that? Mind Reader, in the outer corner. I'm not sure we're going to touch these blues, but we're going to play with a shimmer. So maybe we'll put a blue in there with a shimmer. See the pigment? Yep. pigment is not playing. You have to be careful with your darker shades because they definitely do show mistakes. Like all right here, I can blend that. I tell you that's that part of the eye. Ooh, I might have to pull this slightly closer to get this to blend where we want it. Oh my goodness. And I should pick a color that I totally don't think goes with this. Why? So we can use extra shades. It doesn't matter. It's fine. We're playing today. It's a lot more purple for you than it is for me. I will say that. But that'll work. We can throw that blue in. I was going to go in with the deep purple. Maybe not. Maybe I'll throw in, what is that, Gifted, which is that kind of, it's like a navy blue, but there's something else behind that color. I can't quite nail it, but it is there. And this color coming out purple like this on the lid could have something to do with the lion shade that I have on above it. That is choppy waters right there. I'm going into the shade Lion again, my first original shade. It looks like a mountain range. That's not on purpose. It literally looks like trees from Forks all right here. It just ticks me off because for the shade, I kind of wanted to use it. Have more of a burgundy look. Now it's purple. See, in my opinion, that's two different colors. Now, I did put down that lilac first, but I was expecting more of that shade, and I ended up getting this one. So, is this brush any better? We must clean this area. So I'm just going to do this to try to buff out the mountain range because it is rigid. And nothing was on here. We're just trying to spread that color so they meet with each other. It seems to be doing the trick a little bit. I'm gonna save it though, don't be fooled. This is gonna get saved somehow because I must. We have a choice of a few shimmers. You know what? Let's try Vegetarian and Century and Renesmee. I think I actually like the one in the center, which is Vegetarian. I think I might like that the most. But you know what though? Why not use Century? Let's see what it looks like. And if we don't like it, we'll cover it with something deeper. See? Problem solved. This one's a little chunkier than the rest, but there you are. All right, so let's pop this on. That just took your eye, you know, from here to here. Ooh. Do we want to get fancy and add another shimmer in the center out or leave it where we're at? I think we might leave this one where it's at. And then I'm going to go ahead in with Mind Reader, which could be an epic mistake if this does not go well to add to here. So these are two I'm eyeballing, which is this blue or this purple. But see, this didn't look right on the eye. I'm not sure this is going to translate on the eye. Do I want to mess with the blue just for the heck of being different? I'm going to try Gifted, which is the navy blue. I'm going to try that color. If we don't like it, we'll go down with the Mind Reader next to it. That's one way of our little compromise. Does it look blue? It doesn't to me. Let me see for you. I mean, I guess you see a little bit of it. It's kind of coming off now mixed more like a dark teal maybe. Okay, not bad. Not bad. I thought it was going to be a little different, but I think what's going to cause me to do is add in yet another shadow. When I said I wasn't going to, I'm going to add in another shadow because we can. I'm still going to keep the duochrome. I'm still keeping that. But I'm going to add in something right here. This one may be too toned down, but it could be cute and, you know, nice icy. We do have Honeymoon. Let's check and see what Honeymoon looks like. The Honeymoon is like this midnight blue. Ooh. Could that be pretty? Let's try it. Let's try that over the duochrome. Ooh, Happy Accident. Oh, that's pretty. That over the, what color is that? Century? And gave that shade? That was a cutie pie. Kind of got like a little bit of a peacock eye. Completely on accident. So the dark blue to the peacock green, which was navy blue, to Century, which is that duochrome. Ooh, told you, just play. Make sure I add that kind of navy blue back in, just out here. Touching a Century one more time. Make sure we keep that intense right here. Now, this feels tropical. Okay. I'm liking that very much. And there's two different shapes on my eye, and I'm not sure, you know, I'm having a problem with it. I mean, I could technically pull this gray out a little bit more or leave her, you know, kind of where she is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, line, add a mascara. We do not have a blush, but I did bring out some of the Morphe blushes. So maybe those might work with this face. I think I'll keep you here right now because we got some stuff to swatch and try. Now, this one is Wine and Dine. We can technically touch into some of this for either eye. But you know what though? This particular Wine and Dine could be cute And maybe we use Cabana Club on the other cheek. We already have 2 eyes, let's have 2 cheeks. It's okay. I think I might need to go find more of a red blush for this side because this is too peachy for the powder. Not gonna match the lip kit though. That I can already tell you. I'll go dig in my stash and see what we can come up with. But let's swatch the lip kit. So this is the Colon lip kit and there's only Edward, so let's do this, the lip liner and the gloss. Let's get these swatched. So this is our black liner right here. So here we are. We have got a bullet lipstick. Is there anything special? No, it looks to be matte. There we are. So actually, yeah, it looks like blood. I actually thought this might be a little bit more red. It's not. It looks it here, but it's got that deeper undertone. But you know what though? Very fitting for the movie. And then our gloss. Let me show it to you out of the packaging. So here's our gloss. This might have to pop off of the lip kit because right now, it's, you know, it's right here. It's very lip tinty, maybe. So I'm gonna go in bronze. I'm going to do 2 different blushes. One from Morphe, one from, who is it? Maybe Revolution has a red one. That could be cute. We'll see, maybe ColourPop. Put on the lip and do my hair and we will wrap up. We are back and we are almost finished. We still have to go around with the Vampire Skin Spray. So I'm gonna sit here, it says shake it up. We're going to apply this. I purposely have my shoulder all the way out just so we can kind of see. Boop. It looks like it is glitter though. She is silver, all right. Well, I committed, we will say that, right? I'm not sure how I feel about this spray. I mean, you can definitely see something. It's a little splotchy, a little runny. Feel a little bit like the Tin Man, if she's being honest. I don't think I like this. I do not think I like this. They say on here that it is good for hair, body, or clothing. Maybe around Halloween. And I'm good for gimmicks. I'm good for sprays and being eccentric and all this. I'm good for that. I don't know how I feel about this one. So this, something to be desired. So I actually used all 3 items in the lip kit. It does not match both these eye looks. I'm not even sure it really matches the one. But you know what though? I had a good time. This is extremely matte and it looks very, very kind of like chocolate red once it's on. But once you put the gloss on top, that's when you get more of the red look. So that one, that was cool. And this jet black. Jet black, but glides on really good. But just a, you know, heads up. But the kit, I like it. And remember, we're on theme right now. We're in Twilight land. So this is very on point for the franchise. So the Breaking Dawn Part 1 Edward palette. So this one, I actually liked it. I will say I like Jacob's more. I am all the way Team Edward. But this one, it was good though. And I accidentally created a color here that's not even in the palette. So I'm telling you guys, play around and find out. This one, very neutral. I did like the palette though. This one, it was pretty. And I know it's been a second since you just saw those looks. Now we have this one with Edward. But together, I think these are pretty doggone okay. And I am happy to own them. I am a fan of the entire Twilight franchise. These definitely work. So that one, yeses. The highlighter, you didn't see me apply it, but if you look, here it is. It is indeed glittery. I love it. As they say, I do like the highlighter. I'll swatch it again just so you see it. So here we are. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with my face today. Oh, and for my cheeks, I did ultimately end up going in with a ColourPop High School Musical pressed powder blush in Playoffs. So this is kind of the reddish one. I used that for this side. Heads up. I did the Morphe video, but didn't get a chance to use Wine and Dine. Honey, this pressed powder blush is so doggone pigmented. I mean, when I say I went way too heavy-handed, I mean way too heavy-handed. This shade right here is here. This is the very, 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 very toned down version of it. This one right here, man, grab those. If you want to pick up the bag, this one retails for $40. If you want to go ahead and get the bag. There we go. It's super cute. I'm going to keep the stuff in it. Why? Because I can. Each of the palettes retail for $35 each. The Colon lip kit is $22. The wedding highlighter right here, this one is $15. The Vampire Skin Spray is $18. That's kind of a lot for this. That is our Twilight X Breaking Dawn Part 1 collection today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, I tried to do the 4 looks and give you just a little bit of variety from each palette, where you kind of have the dark and smoky over here, accidentally went tropical over here. Then you have the more vampy one with the Jacob palette, and then you have the very kind of toned down, neutral, day-to-day kind of look. So I try to do you guys justice today. I appreciate you. I thank you. Please thumbs up, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.